Hello and welcome to The Print. My name is Mrinalini and today I have with me Dr. Ranbir Singh. He is the chairperson of the Brahmaputra Board, a statutory body that works under the Ministry of Jal Shakti and that is responsible for flood control and bank erosion management across the Brahmaputra Valley. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to us and welcome to The Print.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a great pleasure.
Sir, so if I could begin with something very recently, we have seen that how water has long been a part of the diplomatic tussles, and we saw in the very recent tensions, like with the India and Pakistan, how the Indus Water Treaty was kept in abeyance, and so. But Pakistan is not our only challenge. We have China as well, and I am talking about China's 60,000 megawatt dam project. So, sir, if you could just talk about, if you can start with, if you can talk about the strategic location of this dam, if you can.
As far as Chinese dam is concerned, we have no idea. Brahmaputra Board doesn't deal with this matter. So where that dam is, we only know through the media. And there is a lot of concern about it in the Northeast that people have been talking about, that it might have some adverse consequences. Government of India also has been seized of this matter, and at different levels, Government of India is taking whatever steps are required to be taken. As far as Brahmaputra Board is concerned, we do not deal with this matter directly, so I do not know a lot about it. On the Indian side, Northeast has a lot of power potential. Brahmaputra Board in the past has prepared DPRs, detailed project reports, for almost a dozen multi-purpose projects. And one of the projects that Brahmaputra Board prepared the DPR for was the Siang project. At that time, when we prepared the report, it was quite a few years back. The project envisaged was for a capacity of 13,000 megawatt. So far, it has not been constructed. Now there is a lot of hope that a project on Siang, Upper Siang project, is going to come, and so we are looking forward to that.
Yes. So I understand that Brahmaputra Board doesn't directly work with this. If I just wanted to understand that, because given that China is an upstream country, right? So if they build it, do you think that they also have the power to, control and then release the water? What could be, if that happens? I'm just giving a situation that if that happens, what could be the consequences for the Northeast?
See, number one, we do not have any idea what kind of a project they are constructing. Whether the project will lead to diversion of water or not, we do not know how much water they will require. They will be holding up, and also it is a matter of fact that the water that flows into the Brahmaputra system, most of the water comes in the monsoon because of the heavy rainfall in the area, and the contribution of water is from the Indian territory so that is not going to be affected. Whether from the Chinese dam there will be because of the Chinese dam, there will be less inflow of water into Indian territory, or there will be more release of water. At the moment, there is no clarity about it.
At the moment, there isn't. But we are still prepared with this multi-purpose project that is going to be.
India is doing everything
Yeah.
in order to, number one, realize the hydropower potential of the northeast in the Brahmaputra system, and also government is doing everything to protect its economic and other interests.
Yes, sir. I think one of the reasons that it has still not been built is also there is a local opposition from the people as well on the ground who feel that there is going to be a lot of loss to them as well, which is like being built on against the environment and the human cost. So also, like, if you could explain, do you think that this project is also going to disrupt as what we can call the agricultural land and some ecological disruption such as biodiversity loss?
I do not know the details because I do not deal with the project. We had prepared a DPR a long time back. Now the NHPC is revising the DPR, and the project is going to be in the upper Siang area. So we only know that much. We do not know whether there is any great opposition. Brahmaputra Board is not seized of that matter because we are not dealing with the project. So, and we also do not know to what extent the submergence will be there. These are, because this is going to be a revised DPR at a revised site, at a new site. So the conditions of the new project site, I'm not aware of.
The floods in the northeast have actually worsened in terms of the frequency and the intensity year by year that we see. Where do you identify as maybe the board's biggest institutional or infrastructure challenges during this period, maybe?
See, number one, there is no empirical ground to say that the floods in the northeast have increased in frequency or increased in intensity. If you look at the data, all that the data says is that it is uneven. It is sometimes more, it is sometimes less, and it has been so since last many decades. So we cannot say that there is a trend that the frequency of flooding is increasing or the intensity of flood is increasing. There is no such definite trend. In some years the number of flood events are more, in some years the number of flood events are less. So it varies.
Yeah, so but it is happening. So how
Flood is happening in the northeast. There is no doubt about it, particularly in the state of Assam.
Yeah.
Because Brahmaputra river, it comes from the mountains. All the tributaries come from the mountains. Mountains on the north side as well as on the south side. So these tributaries which bring water into Brahmaputra river, they come at a fast pace from the mountains, and then suddenly there is a drop in the velocity of water, in the speed at which the water flows, and because Assam is in the plains, and therefore and during monsoon there is so much rain, so a lot of water comes. So at that time, and sometimes because of too much rain, the water goes beyond the warning mark, beyond the danger mark, sometimes even beyond the high flood level mark. So these events, the frequency of these events varies, but because of too much water coming into the system because of the rainfall, flooding does take place, and we are taking all the steps to manage the situation. Apart from that, we undertake projects in the states at the request of state governments. For example, there is this largest island of Majuli. Yes,
Yes.
the biggest river island of
I
the
was
world.
actually going to come to that because I was looking at the website and I saw that there since 2004 there has been 5 projects, which is more than 200 crore projects that has been. And I think in 2017 there was a 233 crore project that was sanctioned to protect Majuli. And basically your board has reported that the 90% completion has been done on those projects. So I actually, that brings me to the next question, that how does the situation exactly look like at Majoli? If you could just tell that how it was before and how does it look now? Because when I was reading through a little bit of local news also, independent research also, it basically suggested that there is continued infrastructure failures that has been happening still. And so what more do you think is required now, even after, like since 2004 these projects have been done, and I think the last one ended in July 2024 according to the website. So, if you could just elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah, actually, Majuli being the largest river island of the world, and Brahmaputra being one of the mightiest rivers of the world, this island is a sensitive island. Also, it is prone to flooding. It is prone to erosions, severe erosion. And therefore, because that problem was causing a lot of trouble to the people of Majuli, the state government requested Brahmaputra Board to take over the responsibility of addressing this problem in Majuli. Brahmaputra Board over last about 20 years has done a lot of work there. And then we asked the CWPRS Pune, the Center for Water and Power Research Station, Central Water and Power Research Station in Pune. We requested them to do a study, an evaluation study. They used satellite imagery and they found that in last 20 years, about 27 square kilometer of land has been added, because we have been able to successfully check erosion. So the erosion rate has come down and the deposition rate has gone up. So there is a net increase in the land mass of 27 square kilometer, which is a good news.
Yeah. So, how long do you think it is going to take? Like, would it require more? What exactly is it that you guys also have a challenge in protecting the Majuli Island, basically?
Because see, erosion is a continuous process. River, it is a natural phenomenon. When the river flows, it erodes also and it deposits. So it takes the sediment by eroding, and then it deposits the sediment. So it is not that we do the anti-erosion work once and then it's over. We have to continuously observe, continuously monitor, and we have to see where the problem is happening, which needs to be addressed, and then we prepare a project. It is very important that not only we do the bank protection where there is erosion taking place or erosion likely to take place, we do the bank protection, and these are these various phases of projects that I have talked about. We also do what is called river training. So river training is taking some measures, some structural measures, in order to guide the flow of water. Okay, so that the water does not touch the area where people live, so it stays away from that area. So we put porcupines in the water, many layers, so that it reduces the flow of water and it also changes the direction of the flow.
Yeah, this has been the major thing, I think, in all of the projects that I was
Yes.
reading that's
Mm.
there on the website as well.
Yes. Mm.
Sir, also you guys had developed a Brahma model that was in collaboration with the IIT Guwahati. So
Mhm.
how is that mathematical model is helping you improve your understanding of the sediment transport or flood forecasting or these erosion patterns basically? Has it helped in some way?
See, this is a very important initiative, developing our own indigenous mathematical model uh, for hydraulic analysis. Uh, we use the foreign models like HEC-RAS, HEC-HMS, etc. Mike. So these are foreign models. Uh, it is always good to develop our own model. So with that idea, we had asked IIT Guwahati, and we financially supported the development of this new model. This model is particularly suitable for uh, rivers uh, where a lot of braiding takes place. So, and Brahmaputra is a river like that, and there are other rivers also that have that are braided. So it has some algorithms which particularly analyze the behavior of braided rivers. So IIT Guwahati has developed this. We have formed a committee under the chairmanship of Commissioner B&B in the Ministry of Jal Shakti uh, to pay focused attention to it, review it from time to time, and promote its further improvement and its adoption and utilization in the project formulation works of Brahmaputra Board and also the northeastern states. So that this model is actually utilized for the purpose of our analysis for better planning. Right now, actually, Brahmaputra Board has uh, a deficiency of competencies in several domains. One of those is GIS. Similarly, we have challenges in respect of not having the competency in new technology like IT,
Yeah, the
artificial
engineering stuff. I think this is
artificial
something you
yeah,
mentioned
we
in
are
the etiquette meeting
more
as
of
well.
a engineering organization.
Yeah.
So we are having civil engineers, but we do not have like IT engineers, IT specialists. We do not have data specialists. So
Yeah.
there is no data expertise in the organization. Similarly, we didn't have a media and communication unit also. So we are trying to set up, for example, nature-based solutions, spring sheds. Similarly, a host of other areas. We do not have the specialists.
Yeah.
So we are trying to now strengthen the organization by taking the first tiny steps of setting up such specialized units.
Okay.
So we are going to set up a central planning unit, a project management unit, and IT, data cell, then media and communication. We are in the process of hiring young professionals and consultants in different domains. For example, we do not have hydrologists.
Okay.
We do not have hydrogeologists.
Okay.
Now, in order to work on springs or groundwater, you need hydrogeology knowledge and expertise. So we will be hiring such people. Similarly, modeling experts, like people who are experts in hydraulic modeling, hydrological modeling, etc. So we need such people. So we are now trying to acquire these competencies.
You have initiated a lot of plans there that are in action, but at the end of the day, that in on ground it also needs to be checked. Like you're talking about the embankments also, they needs to be in proper check. There has been continuous reports like about the Assam's drainage system, the embankments not being in proper check. So these are also one of the drawbacks. So do you think that there is maybe a need in the strategic change maybe that is needed from the board, and that can also work in tandem with the other state governments also, and the
Absolutely.
Northeastern Council also, CWC also? So there do you think that there is a shift, a strategic shift that is needed, so that given taking into account, like you said, the climate change as well?
Absolutely. See, mostly what we approach flood management by taking some structural measures. That has the traditional approach. Now there is a shift, and there is more emphasis on non-structural measures. So these non-structural measures are basically taking proactive steps, taking preventive steps. One of the non-structural measures is flood forecasting.
Okay.
So there should be timely flood forecasting. There should be advance warning, and so that people have enough lead time to move to safety. So there is a lot of work going on. The Central Water Commission is the central agency doing that. Brahmaputra Board is going to further strengthen this thing for the Northeast in collaboration with the basin states, state governments. So second important thing is the floodplain zoning.
Yeah.
Because if floodplains are not demarcated, if they are not classified into different zones, and if the activities are not regulated, developmental activities and other activities are not regulated as per the requirements of the zone, then the flood damage becomes more unnecessarily. So therefore, we are working with the states. We have now started that process. We are working with the states in order to have legislation, planning, surveys, etc., zoning. So we are going to provide technical assistance to the state governments as per their requirements, in order to ensure that in our basin states the floodplain zoning is done. The other important step that we are contemplating, and we have started, is that all these embankments, you are mentioning about embankments and their condition.
Yeah.
It is very important that there is a close monitoring and proactive watch on the condition of the embankments. So in order to do that, what we are planning is to develop an embankment asset management system.
Okay.
So mostly these embankments are in Assam, but some are in some other states also.
Yeah.
So in partnership with the states, we are going to develop this computerized system, digitalized online system, so that there is proper monitoring of the conditions, and wherever there is vulnerability, wherever the embankment's integrity is threatened, or there is prediction of erosion, there we will take timely action. We'll give alert to the state to take timely action. So that way we will be able to protect the people from floods.
Yes. But so this is also like a challenge that has been happening for quite some years. Like, don't you think that it took board a lot of time to now form that team? like you're saying, this assessment that is going to, like, this team and
See,
that is going to do this, but like it has been happening year after year, and then there has been multiple reports that comes from the northeast about all of this, especially Assam that we are talking about, but then it took board a lot of time for that.
yeah,
Why so?
the thing is that many about many of these things, there has not been uh, any momentum, uh, any like concerted
Effort.
action.
Okay.
Although these are very virtuous things, because it is not simple. You need the support of the people. You need to have people very very much aware about it. Also, you need a sort of consensus, particularly in things like floodplain zoning. Actually, Manipur was a pioneer. Manipur was one of the first states in India to have gone for floodplain zoning.
Okay.
It is in the northeast. That was in 70s, quite long time back. But I'm very happy to share with you that now again there is a surge in momentum.
So I'll just take you a little bit back to the hydroelectric projects, and I understand that the board does not deal with it, but I just wanted to understand, since you have also prepared the DPR for the Siang multi-purpose project. So do you think that we also need to be a little bit careful and analyze more thoroughly when it comes to these projects? Because what we saw what happened, the Sikkim, the mishap that happened, though it was at that time said, it was happened due to the natural disaster, but then there are reports that came that said that a lot of the other things that also added up to the disaster that happened. So do you think that these things also need to be analyzed a little bit more thoroughly before we get into it, in order to deal with the northeast floods and the situation that is there in the northeast at this point of time?
Of course, I do not deal with the dam, so I will be speaking to you not as a specialist,
Yeah.
right? But there is no doubt, whenever you are dealing with a large project, uh, you have to be very very careful, and that is why it takes such a long time. Even planning a large project, it takes long time, because all the data is to be collected, it is to be analyzed, it is to be tested, and then the project is designed. So there, I cannot agree more. We have to be very very thorough and very very careful. Now, the other thing is that the government of India is is uh, extremely proactive in this aspect, and that is why there is a lot of emphasis now on dam safety.
Yeah.
They have enacted the Dam Safety Act also, and they have set up Dam Safety Authority, and there is a lot of international collaboration going on, a lot of capacity development, trainings, etc., are going on for dam safety. Definitely, and our the new dams that would be coming up, they would be after a lot of consideration, so that they are safe and secure for all times, till they are in existence. And the issue in Sikkim that you were talking about, that is another area, like GLOF phenomena, that also has to be taken into consideration, that also has to be dealt with in a very very professional manner. We have to plan for such things. So that is another emerging area in which we need to develop our capacities, and we need to take care, properly manage the glaciers, glacial lakes, etc. It's very important.
Okay, so I think that brings me to our last question. That looking ahead, what is your strategic vision for Brahmaputra Board would be over the next 5 to 10 years, maybe?
Yes, Brahmaputra Board has three main challenges. Number one is the HR challenge,
Okay.
manpower. So we are trying to address that because we are quite understaffed organization at the moment.
And so this
Because
staff challenge is basically the speciality that you need, basically.
apart from
specifically.
specialty, specialty is one thing, but even otherwise, we have lots of vacancies because people have retired, but recruitments have not taken place. So because recruitments could not be done on time, so there is even the promotion posts cannot be filled up, and we have not been getting officers on deputation also. So it's a combination of several factors. Because Brahmaputra Board's office is located in Guwahati, we are a central organization. Direct recruitment is done on all India basis. So it often happens that even after selection, the candidates don't join.
So if you don't mind me asking, how long has this problem been going on for the board?
It has been going on since quite some time. Actually, earlier the recruitment used to be done locally, but later on decision was taken that it should be done through SSC,
Okay.
and the UPSC. So the point is that there is, for example, we recruited 37 junior engineers last year through SSC.
Okay.
Already almost a dozen officers have resigned.
Oh. Okay.
And so we have such manpower issues. So we that is one challenge. Now. That is one challenge that we are trying to address in with the support of the ministry. So by having more flexible recruitment process. The second issue is our this competencies, etc., that I was talking about. So I have already explained to you. We have to develop these key support competencies in Brahmaputra Board. And the third thing is the project strategy for the project. What kind of projects we should be taking up so that our capacity develops better and we are able to become a professional river-based organization, river-basin organization in the true sense of the term. So we aspire for that. So we are now looking forward to taking up projects on pilot basis, projects which can demonstrate innovation, projects that can demonstrate the use of best practices, and projects that give us expertise throughout the WRM, that means water resource management spectrum, whether it is with regard to irrigation or whether it is with regard to navigation or hydel, and so that is why
the staff issue that you were saying, has this also affected in these projects also for you?
When there is less engineering staff, of course it affects the project. We cannot take up a lot of projects, and also the projects are delayed. So supervision will be less, etc.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to us. That's it for us from now.